Hey, tubies! It's Psychic Bob. Woo! Here we are. It's Wiccan Wednesday. Ooh, I tell you, Psychic Bob is feeling the power flow. I'm telling you, I put on my big red pinnacle shirt today because I've really been working with that solar power. I've been praying to the Sun Lord. In fact, I'm wearing again today. Some of y'all saw this in my previous videos, but I'm wearing my Lord Surya pendant. This is an actual Lord form of Lord Surya. It's a deity form from India, and they honor the sun god. They literally cast these forms of him, and they believe that his power manifests through them. And I can tell you, I've been out charging this in the sun, and I feel Lord Surya's power. So I put on Lord Surya. I just thought this kind of works cool today, you know. Well, here it is, Wicked Wednesday. And I was going to do a spell for you guys today, but I don't have all my supplies. So next week we're going to do a really cool fire spell. But I don't have everything ready today. But next week we'll have that, okay? So definitely be back here. But anyways, you know, Krista Roman, who's one of my longtime friends here and subs, wrote me a note recently. And she says, Psychic Bob, will you give us a tour of your jewelry? I know you love jewelry, and I'd love to see more of your jewelry. Well, Krista, I think that's a great idea because I think sometimes we just want to have fun. You know, some days I get all deep and philosophical, and that's always good. But today, this Wicked Wednesday, I'm feeling lighthearted, I'm feeling free, and I want to just have some fun. And I really took to Krista's idea to have a jewelry tour. So I'm going to show you some of my prized pieces of my jewelry. Now, just before I go in this, let me just say, most of my jewelry is not real diamonds and emeralds and jewels. So, you know, if you come rob Psychic Bob, you're not going to get much. But I buy jewelry because I love it. It attunes to me. And, you know, I've been buying this jewelry over years. I didn't just go out and buy all of this. So a lot of my pieces are vintage. They're old. I buy them at flea markets. I buy them at Salvation Army shops. I buy them at yard sales. Buy them at online auctions. So I really have been collecting jewelry for years and years, and I love it. And, you know, I literally have cases of jewelry. It's crazy. It would take me probably about 6 hours just to go through one of my jewelry cases, and I probably have about 10 of them. So we're just going to do a little sampling today. This is not all the total sum all collection, but it'll give you some idea of some of the things that Psychic Bob has fun with. So, you know, as I said, I've been working with solar energy, and I've been wearing my Lord Surya pendant. And I want to show you some of my other solar-tuned jewelry here. This is a piece that I bought over at Lady Angela's site. By the way, if you love jewelry, shop at rarewiccaspells.com, and you can find some amazing Wiccan, mystical, pagan jewelries. This I bought this pendant over there. This is called the Pendant of Invisibility. And what it is that it's the big sun. You can see in the middle, it's the Lord, the face of the sun, and the rays coming out. Very much like Lord Surya. And this is called the Pendant of Invisibility. And this is good if you need to go somewhere and keep a low profile. You don't want people to notice you. This is charged for that purpose. Now, the danger of wearing invisibility charms is that sometimes you won't be seen. Like if you're crossing a street, it'd be easier to get hit by a car because you just won't be noticed. This charm doesn't physically make you invisible. You won't just fade away like the Invisible Man. But it provides a vibration that allows you not to be seen. The reason they use the sun in this is that it's believed that if you look at the sun, if you go out and try this at noonday, the sun is so bright and glaring, it literally can blind you from seeing anything. So they invoke in this traditional magical ritual to invoke the sun to provide kind of a glare that protects you from being seen. So that's where this comes from. But as I said, I got this over at Lady Angela's site. So if you like it, pop over and look for the invisibility charm. But this is one of my solar charms. It's done in beautiful gold color. One of my other solar charms that I have is I like to wear this. This is my ruby pendant. And this is attuned in India. This is from India. And in India, they use rubies as the symbol of solar power. It's considered the stone of Lord Surya. So this is one of my other solar charms. I wear this when I'm attuned to solar energy. Isn't that beautiful? So there you go. I also have another pendant here, which is a vintage Avon locket, and it has a beautiful golden topaz in it. And this is kind of cool because it literally, if I can opens up here, and you can put spell, oops, actually I have a spell in it. This is an old spell, I need to burn that. But there was a time where I put a spell in here, and you can just put a little sigil on it and fold it up here. And I wore this at one time to use solar power to activate my charm. So, you know, a lot of these jewelry pieces, you know, as I said, are vintage, but they're beautiful and they're wonderful for magic, you know. Now, a lot of you also know, like on a daily basis, I tend to wear very simple things. This is my just regular day jewelry that I wear, which is every day you'll see me. I just wear my pentacle ring. You guys remember when I bought that last year on a shopping outlet? I told about that in a video. And then my other ring that I wear is my Jupiter ring. And this is the Jupiter sigil that is used in magic to bring prosperity, to bring blessings, to bring growth. And since I'm a business owner, you know, business growth is always important. So I invoke the power of Jupiter through this ring, and this really helps me. You know, once I got this ring, my YouTube channel took off. Now, I don't know if it's this ring, but I certainly did do a ritual for growth in YouTube and growth in business, and I invoked this sigil, and it works. So this is kind of one of my lucky rings. I wear it. Now, as I said, most every day I just wear simple rings, okay? But if I'm doing something special like a TV show or a big public appearance, you know, where I'm doing a book signing or I'm asked to speak at a convention or do readings at a live performance, then I bring out the big jewelry. And so then talk about rings. Here are some of my other rings. These are my fancy rings. Now, some of you have been with me a few years will recognize this ring. I've worn this before. This is a very special ring. This is a real garnet, and it's set in gold. And this is a kind of a famous ring. I wore this when I was on Larry the Cable Guy show. You guys may remember that TV show. Well, I appeared on it, and I wore this ring. And it's funny because after the show, people wrote me letters, and they said, Bob, we saw that garnet you were wearing. People actually noticed, and it wasn't a feature of the show, but I just had it on. And this is kind of interesting. So I still have that ring. That is the actual ring that was with me on Larry the Cable Guy TV show. So someday that might be in a museum. Anyways, and then I have some other rings I like to wear. When I want to bring out the bling, I bring out the big rings. And this is probably one of my most favorite rings. This is a giant, it's actually a cubic zirconia, but it looks like a diamond. Is that amazing or what? And it's set in sterling silver, but it's a zirconia, but it's just beautiful. And you can see how big that ring is. Is that amazing or what? So that's my big rock. When I want some bling, I bring out the big jewels. Anyways, I thought you'd enjoy seeing that. That's one of my favorite rings. I also have a ruby that I love to wear. This is one of my ruby rings, and I think this is beautiful. Okay. And then I have another ring. This is a champagne topaz ring that I got. I got this, I think it was at Lord & Taylor or Neiman Marcus. I can't remember which. But it was on sale in the jewelry department. And I said, a beautiful golden champagne topaz. I had to have it. So I bought it. It's definitely some bling, as you can see. I don't wear my big rocks every day. I just think they get in the way, and I always talk with my hands and I hit them on the desk and it hurts. So usually I save these rings for special occasions. But these are a few of my big jewels. There's my ruby. There's my champagne topaz. That big one. And my garnet. But as I said, these are kind of special because I don't wear those every day, you know. But sometimes if I'm going somewhere and I really got to bring out even more bling, I put on the big jeweled pendants as well. And I have some really cool jeweled pendants I thought I'd show you here. This is an aquamarine set in silver. It's very pale, but you can see it's kind of a bluish green. I love this. This is a large aquamarine, but it's one of my treasured pieces. I wear that if I'm going somewhere special, you know. I don't wear these usually every day, as I said, but they are nice to have. This is one of my other treasured jewels. This is an iolite. This is also known as a water sapphire. A few years ago, I did a video on iolite. You might want to look up in my videos, just do a search for iolite and it'll come up. But it's known as a water sapphire. And in the olden days, sailors would carry this gemstone to sea because it helped them have vision. It was a healing stone and a protection stone for seafarers. This is a real one. So it's one of my more valuable pieces. But I do love it. Isn't it wonderful? Set in silver. So there's that. You can see them together. The aquamarine is a little bluer, greener color. It's a little more green. Now, iolite's a little more blue. This tends more towards sapphire, but some people believe that iolite is a form of aquamarine, but I actually don't think chemically they are. But anyways, they're both beautiful stones associated with seafarers and water elements. You know, when I want to invoke the goddess, like the sea goddess, if I'm going down to my mom's, to the beach, a lot of times I'll bring these gems with me and wear them at the beach, which really helps me to attune to that water energy, you know. So, you know, and I also have here, oh, here's another one. This is another gemstone. This is another iolite pendant. Isn't that beautiful? This one's a little deeper purple or iolite. Iolite can be more of a blue to a blue purple. This is an iolite. You see it's a little more on the blue side. This one's a little more, the triple stones here, a little more on the purple side. But they're both iolites, authentic iolites set in sterling silver. I think they're beautiful, but I like them as well. And let's see, what else I got here? I got so many bling blings, you know. This is another locket that I have. This has got like an amethyst stone set in it. It's done in gold. And this is one, you know, I like to use lockets for spells. So if I need to cast a spell, like a protection spell or a healing spell or something, this one, I still have stuff. I never took my spell out of it. I got a little spell folded up in here. But as you can see, what I do is I put it inside the locket and I seal it up. But that's a beautiful amethyst stone locket as well. You see, so I got a lot of bling. Now, y'all have already seen this bling, but this is one of my more famous jewelry pieces. And I've told a lot about you this. This is from Jean Dixon's estate. I bought out a bunch of pieces from her estate a few years ago. And this was her personal necklace of the zodiac. And I have some other stuff from her house, some paintings and some photos and different things that were her personal items. But I bought out some of her jewelry as well, which is a real treasure. And amazingly, I didn't pay a lot of money for it. You know, it's funny because at the time, Jean Dixon, what had happened is she died, and then her estate set in kind of a trust. It didn't go to auction. And the guy who managed her estate, then he died, and then everything went up for auction. So it was like 10 years after she died before everything finally got to the public. So by the time the auction for Jean Dixon happened, there wasn't a lot of fanfare around it. But I do have, was her personal necklace she used to wear. Isn't that cool? It's the Zodiac Wheel with crystals. So I love that. It's one of my treasured pieces, you know. Some of you have also asked me, because you know I have a great love for Isis, you've asked me about ankhs and sacred symbols of Egypt. I don't have a lot of Egyptian jewelry. It's funny because I do love Isis, but I have a few pieces here that are ankhs that I wanted to show you. And this is one of my little pewter ankhs with a little, like an aqua colored crystal in it. I love that. And I also have another ankh, which is a vintage ankh from the 1960s, which is done in pewter, set with turquoise. Isn't that beautiful? So that's one of my others. So sometimes I wear my giant ankh when I want to make a statement. And a lot of times this is more of a daily ankh that I'll wear. But the ankh is a wonderful magical symbol because ankhs represent eternal life and they attune you to life force, to healing, to the ancient gods. And I just love them. So you might want to think about ankhs, collecting ankhs as well as part of your jewelry experience. Now, a lot of you know that I also have a title. I became, well, I was the Baron of Ravensworth last year, and then this year I was elevated by the prince that I know to the rank of Duke of Ravensworth. And to celebrate my titles, I treated myself to some jeweled crowns, because dukes are able to wear crowns and barons. And this is a beautiful little jeweled crown pin that I have. This is something I wear. Like a lot of times in the winter, I'll wear a sweater and I'll pin one of my crowns on it. And so that one's a pretty little jeweled crown. I also have a vintage crown. This was made by Crown Trafari, which is a very famous jewelry maker. This dates from the 1950s. And this is, oops, it just came open. This is similar to my other one, but it's done in silver. And you can see that they're little baguette crystals set in the rim of the thing. And it's got beautiful, large, round, oval-shaped, I think they're zirconias. They're not diamonds, but they look like diamonds. They might be diamonds. You know, in the old days, they used real stones. I might have to look that up. It might actually be diamonds. I've actually bought stuff at yard sales that they thought was costume and ended up being real, so that does happen. So there's one. This is a little one done in gold with white stones, and this one's done in silver. Actually, I think it says white gold. So it's white gold. Isn't that pretty? So there's just some of my little crowns. Oh, here's another little crown. This one's kind of cool. This is a great little jacket pin, lapel pin. It's a crown set with pearls, and then the yellow stones are topazes, and then little white crystals, and it's got a sword. This is a beautiful little pin. I wear this on my jacket or sweater. So these are some of my royal jewels to celebrate my title, and I have a lot of fun with them. You know, I'm also crazy about pentagrams and pinnacles. And most of the times you guys have seen me just wear a little silver pinnacle every day. You know, like similar like this one. This is one of my pinnacles. This is one of my daily pinnacles. For my daily jewelry, I just wear simple things. I think simple is better. But occasionally I want to bring out some bling. And, you know, I just recently treated myself to this pentacle, which some of you have seen. It's got a little amethyst crystal on it. And it's done in pewter with amethyst crystal. I love that. That's one of my special pinnacles. And if I have to go somewhere really important and really impressive, and I want to wear a pinnacle, I have this beautiful piece here. This dates from the 1950s, and it's done in white crystals and green crystals. I don't think they're real emeralds and diamonds, but they certainly look like it. Isn't that beautiful? And when you get this under the right lights, it glistens even better. But this is a beautiful, large, jeweled star that I wear a lot of times when I go to important places, you know. So I have a lot of fun with my jewelry, you know. Oh, here's another little crown that I have as well. Isn't that pretty? This is a ducal crown, interestingly. The crown of a duke has strawberry leaves around it. And as you see, the leaves here, they're like trefoils, which are strawberry leaves. So this is my ducal coronet that I wear on my jacket or on my sweater. My cardigan, a lot of times I'll pin a pin on it, you know. But, you know, one of the things is sometimes our jewelry also should be magical. Like we might want to wear it to a ritual or take it as a tool with us. And one of my most favored and treasured magical jewelry tools is my scrying pendant. This is a beautiful pewter pendant with the moon goddess on it, if you can see there. Her hair flowing. She has the crescent moon at her brow. But when you flip this pendant over, it's a beautiful hand-carved cabochon onyx. It's a real onyx. And you can use that for scrying. So if I'm going out somewhere where I know I'm going to have to do a reading or maybe tune in, I'll wear this. It's a beautiful pendant but then it flips over and I use it as a scrying tool and I can look into it. And I think anybody that's a witch has to have a scrying pendant. It's just part of being a witch. So that's beautiful. You can get mystical images in that. It's very mirror-like. It's like a miniature black mirror is what it is. But I also have a few of these. I have another little one. This is a beautiful one set in pewter as well. I just think that's beautiful. Isn't that lovely? And then I have a large one. Sometimes I want to be really glam, and I'll bring out my large. This is my large scrying pendant. So you can see here's my Dianic one and the size of it, which is, this is beautifully done. But I have another larger one as well. So sometimes I'll wear that on a chain. And it's really fun because if you're at a party and you're asked to go and do entertainment, people love it when you pull up your pendant and you say, well, let me look into it as you do a reading. It's a lot of fun and very dramatic. And I have a good time with it. So, you know, that's something you might want to do. Also, oh, I forgot to tell you, for scrying lockets, here's another one of my little lockets. Y'all have seen this recently. This is a little, it's made of pentacles done in silver. And you open it up, you clasp that, and then it opens up. And you can put a spell or herb or crystal inside of it and wear it as a magical charm. So this is very powerful as well. I love it, you know. I have a lot of fun with my jewelry. I really do. You know, one of the other things that I love is I love jeweled animals. You know, the raven is one of my totems. Actually, I didn't bring my raven pendants here, but y'all have seen, a lot of you see my raven pendants. But you know, I also love other animals. I love owls. I love frogs. In fact, here's one of my treasured jeweled owls. Is this really cool or what? Look at all the big jewels on it. It's inset with beautiful marquise cut gemstones, and it's got black crystal eyes. It's rather large, and it comes with a really great chain, so I sometimes like to wear that. I'll put that on and, you know, wear it to when I want to go to a big event and be dramatic and flash. Sometimes I have to do that, you know. I'll go as a public person, and I'm invited as Psychic Bob, so I wear big jewelry like that, and that's always a lot of fun. You know, I say with jewelry, you know, you just got to have fun with it, you know. I could talk all day about jewelry. This is only some of it. This is one of my fish that I have, a little silver fish. And he's got a reticulated body, as you can see. So he moves like a fish. He's got little inset ruby eyes. Isn't that cute? Little silver fish with ruby eyes. And so I like to wear that. You know, if I'm attuning to, for example, Necronomicon energy, like the Order of Dagon, or, you know, the sea gods in the deep, Neptune. This is a very great thing to wear. It helps me attune to that sea energy. A lot of times when I go to my mom's as well, I'll wear this as well at the beach. It just seems to go with that sea magic, because, you know, I always do magic at the seaside. You know, I also have another little fish in silver. He's got little crystals in his body. Isn't he cute? So you see, they're all sort of mystical, magical animals. Now, as I told you, I love frogs also, so I'm a big frog collector. The ancient Egyptian goddess Heket is the frog goddess. So here's some of my little frog pendants that I wear. Isn't that beautiful? It's a little jeweled, you can see that. It's a lot of glare here. Beautiful jeweled frog. Isn't that pretty? And I have another little one that's set with an aquamarine in the body. Can you see that? It's got a beautiful aquamarine in the back of the frog. Isn't that beautiful? And he's got little jeweled eyes, little emerald eyes, and an aquamarine set in the body. This one can be worn as a pendant or as a pin, which I really like. And when I really have to be flash, I bring out the big emerald and diamond frog done in gold. Isn't that gorgeous? And he's gold set with little jewels and little emeralds in him. This can also be a pendant or a pen. It's made with a backing with a pen or a loop for a pendant, so you can wear it either on your clothes or as a necklace. A lot of times I like to wear them as a necklace, so, you know. But you know, when we talk about jewelry, you just want to be creative. You don't have to spend a lot of money. I have some jewelry that looks fabulous, but I didn't spend a fortune for it, you know. And I think it's very important that, you know, you just have fun, as I say. Here's another one of my fun pieces. This is a giant marquise. It looks like a diamond. It's actually made of crystal, but it's made to look like a giant cut diamond. This looks very similar to the, I think it's the Star of Africa. The royal family have a diamond that looks very much like this. This, of course, is a copy. It's a fake, but it is an amazing pendant, and I wear it on a necklace. Whenever I wear this, I tell you, people stop and they're like, oh my God, I've never seen a diamond that large. But it's all fake, but it certainly looks real, doesn't it? I love it. You know, I always say I have as much fun with the fake jewels as with the real jewels. I really do, you know. Now, sometimes, you know, you might want to do something different. Maybe you want to wear bracelets. You know, and I have a few bracelets that I like to wear. Mostly I wear a red cord every day for protection. And this comes from the sacred Hindu thread. I have thread that is consecrated to the goddess Kali. And so I wear a red bracelet as a sign of Mother Kali's protection. But again, sometimes I'm going to a ritual. I want to dress up a little bit. And I have some beautiful natural gemstones. These I bought from the Witch's Almanac. This is African jade, and this is one of my favorite little bracelets I wear a lot of times. And it's a kind of a stretch thing, but it's real stones. If you go to thewitchesalmanac.com, I think it's just witchesalmanac.com or the Witch's Almanac. I can't remember. Anyways, Witch's Almanac carries these. So I also have another one in turquoise. This is real turquoise. A lot of times I like to wear that with a copper cuff. Actually, I don't have my copper cuffs here, but I have a number of copper bracelets I wear, and that helps me if my arthritis flares up. And I ever since I started wearing copper, I have not had arthritis like I did when I was younger. So I've been very fortunate. Here's another one of my bracelets I often wear, which is Moon Goddess. Isn't this cool? This is done out of pewter. And a lot of times I like to wear that, you know, if I'm going to do a ritual or on the night of the full moon or some type of dark moon ritual. I'll wear this a lot of times as well, you see. So I have a lot of fun with my jewelry, you know. You know, some of you like to focus on the gods as well. And, oh, I forgot about this. Here is my horned god ring. This is something I don't wear all the time because it's really heavy, but it's made of bronze, and he has a little ruby inset in his head. It's actually a real ruby. But I wear this a lot of times if I'm going to a ritual, particularly Sabbats where the god is being honored, because the ruby is the sunstone. And I wear the Horned Lord ring. This is really cool. I get a lot of compliments on this. A lot of people love that. Isn't that beautiful? See that? Okay. You know. Let's see what else. Oh, gosh, I got so much stuff. I don't think I'm going to get through all of it today. Here's another one of my rings. This is a beautiful kind of. This is not a real emerald. It's a fake emerald. But I think it's a lot of fun. And, you know, I wear that, particularly now it's spring. I bring out a lot of my emeralds, colored stones, because the green is really helps me attune to the energy, you know. If you like also, this is a new thing that I'm seeing a lot in the fashion world, are cabochon, glass cabochon pendants. And here's one, I don't know if you can see this. This is an Aquarius pendant, and it's done in a beautiful bluish green. It looks kind of gray here, but in person it's kind of a greenish, pale greenish blue, aqua colored, and that's an Aquarius pendant. And you can buy these over at Lady Angela's site. She sells cabochon pendants. They're set in like silver or gold backing. They have a glass top. These are beautiful. I also have, here's one, it's the triquetra with the full moon behind it. This looks very much like what you see on Charmed. You know that TV show Charmed? It's hard to get it without glare here. But there's a triquetra. I love this one as well. I have a number of these. Here's one Lady Angela gave me for a Christmas present, which is a Ouija board. Isn't that fun? I love that. You know, we're going to have some more Ouija board stuff here too. You know, so definitely be back here. Here's another gift she gave me. It's a pentacle, and it's surrounded, I don't know if you can see this, but it's ravens. And she gave this to me to celebrate my title, Duke of Ravensworth. So there's another raven-themed jewelry. I tell you that it's limitless what you can do with jewelry, though. If you like gods and divinity, you know, you might want to get some god or goddess pendants. Here's a pendant I have of Isis, which is one of my favorites. It's a large pendant. I wear that a lot. I also have this one, which some of you have seen. This is a porcelain one. It's made of glazed raku porcelain. It's Japanese glaze, but it's the spiral goddess. And I have to put this on a new cord because the other cord I had got tangled up. So I'd cut it off. But this is a beautiful pendant of the spiral goddess. Isn't that lovely? You see? And because I love Isis, I also like to wear this. This is a silver horns of Isis. You may remember the headdress of Isis. And this is the lunar aspect of Isis. So it's a beautiful mother of pearl inset here. In white mother of pearl. Isn't that gorgeous? Done in sterling silver, you know. Here's one of my other pieces. This is one I don't wear a lot, but I love it, which is my full moon. And this one's very glowing. It's got beautiful crystals around it. And this face is kind of a silvery blue glow. It's the moon. And this is a great one. I wear this a lot on the full moon if I go into a full moon ritual. But I just love this one as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful pendant, you know. But I tell you, you know, these are just a few of my pieces. I'm not going to bore you with more. We'll have other videos about this. But I just want to come and just have some fun with you today and share some jewelry. And I hope this has been fun for you. Tell me if you love jewelry. Do you collect jewelry? What's your favorite type of jewelry? Do you like necklaces, bracelets, rings? What do you wear? Do you have a sacred pinnacle you wear? Maybe a crystal? I would have to do a whole nother video on my crystal jewelry because I have crystals, beautiful natural crystals from the earth. That'll be another video. But anyways, guys, I just want to come here today, have some fun with you, and say Happy Wiccan Wednesday. I want to tell you, all of you, thank you for your love, your support. Thank you for your prayers. As I've been still healing, I'm doing much, much better. The warm sun, Lord Surya, and your prayers are really helping me. So please keep me in your prayers. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm getting there. But I love all of you, and I want to say thank you. Thanks for being here. You guys rock. Anyways, put your comments in the box below. And if you like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends. And if you could, hit subscribe, be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. Well, we'll be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow is Zodiac Thursday. And if you have a question for me, put it in also in the comments below. Something you want to know astrologically. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Thanks for being here, guys. You're the best. I love you. We'll see you back here soon. Until then, may you always blessed be.